Hey, family, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm really glad you found this space. And if you've been walking with me for a while, you already know we don't do perfect over here. This is where we talk about real life, real relationships, real growth, and the things we don't always say out loud. No scripts, no pretending, just honesty. Wherever we are in the journey, so wherever you're listening from, take a breath, settle in, and let's talk. For a long time, I was falling apart quietly. And the strange thing is, nobody knew. On the outside, I was functioning, I was showing up, I was smiling, I was handling responsibilities, I was being strong for everybody else. But on the inside, I was tired in a way sleep couldn't fix. I was carrying things I never said out loud. And I convinced myself that was strength. I told myself, I've got this. I told myself, I don't need help. And I told myself, people already have enough going on. And if I'm honest, pride sounded a lot like independence to me. I thought being strong meant handling everything alone, holding it together no matter what, not breaking down, not needing support, not letting anyone see the weight I was carrying. But what I didn't realize was I wasn't being strong, I was being isolated. Let me say this. There's a difference between strength and silence. And I confused the two for a long time because silence looks responsible. Silence looks mature. It looks like you're managing. But silence can also be suffering without witnesses. And that's where I was, hurting quietly, praying quietly, struggling quietly, waiting for God to fix things while refusing to let people see I needed help. And anxiety played a role too. Because anxiety, it whispers lies that sounds logical. It tells you you'll be a burden. They won't understand. You should be able to handle this. If you were stronger, you wouldn't need help. So instead of me reaching out, I shut down. Instead of opening up, I carried more. And instead of asking for support, I tried to control everything myself. And the more I carried, the heavier life felt. Here's what I didn't understand then: God never designed us to heal alone. We love the ideal of personal strength, but healing often requires shared strength. And I resisted that because asking for help made me feel like I couldn't handle life. It felt like failure. It felt like weakness. Healing didn't start when my situation changed. Healing started when my pride broke. I remember the moment I finally opened my mouth, not perfectly, not confidently, just honestly. And I said, I'm not okay. Those words felt heavier than anything I had to carry before. Because once you say it out loud, you can't pretend anymore. You can't hide behind being strong. You become visible, and visibility is vulnerable. But something unexpected happened. People showed up, not perfectly, not with all the answers, but with presence, with listening, with prayers, with support. And I realized something that changed me. God was answering prayers through other people. And while I was trying to handle everything alone, I had been asking God for relief, but rejecting the hands He sent to help me. Sometimes we pray for strength when God sends community. And sometimes we pray for healing when God sends conversations. Sometimes we even pray for a breakthrough when God sends people willing to stand beside us. And we miss the blessing because pride tells us that we shouldn't need anyone. But need support isn't weakness, it's design. Faith was never meant to be isolation. Even Jesus had people around him. Even Jesus asked his friends to stay and pray. And even Jesus allowed others to help carry the weight. So why do we think we're supposed to do life alone? Why do we treat independence like holiness? Or why do we block blessings because help makes us uncomfortable? I had to confront a hard truth. I wasn't protecting my strength. I was protecting my image. I wanted to look okay. I wanted to seem capable. I wanted to believe I could carry everything without breaking. But pretending to be okay delayed my healing, and humility opened the door to it. Humility doesn't mean you're weak, humility means you're honest. Honest enough to say, I need prayer, I need support, I can't do this by myself right now. And the moment I allowed that honesty into my life, something lifted. Not because every problem disappeared, because I wasn't alone inside anymore. There's freedom in being seen, real freedom, not performative strength, not survival mode, just being human and realizing people don't love you less when you struggle. Sometimes they love you more honestly. If you're listening right now and you're holding everything together on the outside, but falling apart quietly on the inside, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not failing because you need help. You are not weak because you're tired. And you are not lacking faith because you need support. Asking for help is not fragility. It's faith. It's trusting that God works through people. It's believing you don't have to carry every burden alone. And maybe the breakthrough you've been praying for is waiting on the other side of one honest conversation. One phone call, one I'm struggling, one moment of humility. Don't block your blessing by trying to carry everything by yourself. Let people show up. Let people pray for you and let people stand beside you. Because sometimes healing, it doesn't look like independence. Sometimes healing looks like community. I'm still learning this. Still learning to speak before I shut down. Still learning to let people in. And still learning that strength and vulnerability can exist in the same person. And maybe that's growth. Not becoming unbreakable, but becoming open. If this episode felt personal, sit with it and ask yourself gently, where am I pretending to be okay when I really need support? And what would happen if I let someone in? Next episode, we're talking about something that connects deeply to this conversation: why strong people struggle to receive love. And that one is going to challenge us in a different way. I'll talk to you next time. Let's heal and grow together.